do use the whip, please, soldier, and everybody else is going to kind of come out through the main here, and just kind of come out through this way, and around here. And then this is usually our hold spot right here. Our sniper, you can go up there. I've seen snipers way back there. Snipers right here. Snipers in the forklift right here. So watch for the line of sight there. So wherever you think Murloc, whatever works for you. And if you go up here, just be careful. The soldiers are probably going to jump you. Yeah, that's what it does for me anyway.
Wait, what?
He asked about the winger sound.
Been changed.
Yeah, like be sure to call out the sniper. And I'll be up here. I'll be putting spam down as they're rolling out, and then I'll drop down. And I might need an arrow right around here. I'll call for it if I need an arrow. If not, then I'll hobble over here and get some heals. Usually dispensers around here, and minis, just wherever you think. Around here, or if you decide to do level 3, I guess. But mostly you see minis in this map, being a cough and all. One thing I see other teams do, they put their minis out here. The problem is it's prone, or around here, that's prone to soldiers shooting up at it from there, or snipers too, so they don't stay up long. So just make sure it's out of line of sight from up there. We're going to be running 100% crits on this map the whole entire time, unless we lose a couple of rounds and I call, okay, let's switch over to Uber, or you can say, should we go to Uber if we're losing? Scout, you're going to be watching under around here and maintaining. If you need help, say, hey, I can use some help below. So usually myself, Pyro, soldier, who's ever available, can come down there and help you take under. Some teams like dominating it, some teams like putting minis down here. So we just have to deny them that when the time is right, and just let us know. Go ahead.
A thing about that, a lot of the time I've seen enemy teams put a heavy down there.
Okay, if that's a problem, then let us know. We have a.
But they usually have him go down there a lot.
Okay. Yeah, if that's a problem, then let us know. Say they have a heavy down there. I really need help, and so our heavy and you should be able to do a 2v1 on their heavy and take them down. Just get a full buff, drop down, and then Sam can even heal you from back here while you're fighting. So that's the way to counter that. Okay, so then A-Kit, he knows where the telly spots are. So wherever you think that the telly should go. It's more important that you keep the telly up than anything else on a Koth map, because in that way we can spawn quick and be here to defend your sentry gun and your dispensers, that kind of thing. So soldier, you can jump in, jump back, or if you're going to go for a force, you know the drill. It's probably not real important that you run direct hit in this map, assuming you're running minis. If they happen to go with a level 3, you could, but you might be looking for splash damage up in there. And also, if they're up in the tunnel or cave, you can call it either one, then basically I can help put spam in there too as well. So usually it's a sniper or the soldier, and you see spies that love dropping out, or they'll jump from here onto that fence and come down on the head right here. So the pyro, you need to watch up here, do a little puff, puff, puff. Make sure they're not hanging out there. You're going to be hanging with the combo pyro.
Gotcha.
And then so just stick with the med. And once we hit about 80%, Sam will go 80. At that point, I don't want anybody to die. I want everybody getting ready to come in with me. That means pyro, soldier, heavy. We're going to make our move, and he'll go 90. And about 95, Sam, you and I are going to start moving, and we're going to hug this wall, and hopefully the sniper's down, and Murloc's keeping them at bay. And we're going to hug this wall, and when I say use, probably be right around here, use. I'm going to just start lobbing them, because usually they're right in through here too. After we do that a few times and we devastate them, and that way I can be lobbing crits right over here when they can't quite see us, hopefully get the med. Some teams will start playing more passive and hanging out like around here and here once you have crits. So that means we just have to be more aggro. So what we can do, if they are playing there, then we'll come up this side. Okay, 3, 2, 1, now, and then use, and then hopefully devastate them up through here. If they happen to be over here, then we'll come out this way. Okay, get ready, 3, 2, 1, now. And just be sure to call out when you see their sniper for Murloc, so he has good situational awareness as to where the other sniper is. All right, it's important that we get the point, edge it, do whatever we need to keep that time running. Sometimes it's more important than chasing somebody down and killing them, shooting them in the back. Depends on the class. If it's a med or something, then yeah. But keep that clock running to our favor, and just edge the point. That being said, we're going to probably be playing a little bit more aggro with crits, and this is called tires here, by the way. So just call out where they're coming from, any threats you see. A lot of little air blast puffs, not air blast, but spy checks, little fire puffs around, just checking for him, because a spy could be our nemesis. And feel free, anybody, to call out who the focus player is if someone's top fragging, like their sniper or their spy or their heavy. Once we take the point and we can do a kind of a mini forward hold, a heavy, the spot up there, that's a really powerful spot right there, and just watch for the spy. I think he's going to have trouble coming up to you there, so every once in a blue moon, be sure to call it spy time. And Pyro, you guys call it spy time. Once he's been dead, after about 15 seconds, just announce spy time, either one of you. And then you can just wheel around, shoot a few bullets, go back to doing your thing. After another 10 seconds, wheel around, take 3-4 shots, and go back to doing your thing up there. Just be careful of the line sight of the sniper, and be ready to jump down and run, because you're going to kind of be solo there. And Sam might be able to shoot you some arrows, so he shouldn't be too far forward when we're doing that, and especially for crits. We should be back here doing crits. If their medic is dead, we're still going to crits into their numbers. So if they have 3 or 4 combo classes starting to join, like a pyro, a heavy, and a demo or something over here, say, okay, they're on the ramp, or they're all to the left. Let's just say left. Call that main. Call this tires right here, and we'll just call this right. This will just be top right here. Let's make it easy for everybody. This will be bats up through here. Usually we don't have a need for calls way back here, but again, you can use the same philosophy: left, right, and main. And you can hunt people down like the med if he's trying to run. So Sam, your normal positioning is going to be right around back here with crits building. And let's see the classes. Okay, demo. So I'll just be kind of doing a lot of spam, putting rollers up there. I'll be trying to edge over here a little bit and putting spam right around there to hold them at bay and to keep them passive. So if they're taking hits and damage, then what they may do is just kind of wait in their attacks, so they're giving everybody health. They can't be as aggro if people are taking damage there. And then NG, once you get everything set up, you could help our scout underneath too, and help them defend the bottom. If it's not a threat, you can come back up here, just keep taking pot shots at people. Check for the spy, take occasional shoddy shots up there, and then just keep an eye watch down there. On occasion, I may put a trap down here. If it's quiet and we've just capped, I might just put stickies there or so for a trap. Or else other places, I'll put them sometimes around the rocks there, or maybe in the edges over here, or maybe right here in the corner, or some of the better trap locations. And okay, and then let's see, we talked about the heavy. Generally, you're going to be back with the combo. Try not to die. If we're pushing in, I'd like you to be with the combo right behind me. So if I go down to a sniper, as Sam and I are pushing in, and then you take over, or the soldier too, or the soldier. And it's important that you guys listen and when we're getting ready for crits. Okay, he's at 80. Sam's at 80. He's probably not going to be able to give you arrows, so don't be screaming for arrows. And once he hits 80, just go find a pack somewhere and get ready to join in the fray. Scout, you're under here. Once you hear we're going in crits, okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, use. Then you're going to come out here and you're going to flank them, and you're going to start going for picks, because they're going to be completely focused at what we're doing coming in here. And that's a good time for you to no kidding, get some mileage on that.
If the heavy's down there with you too, then the heavy should try the flank with you.
Exactly. Yeah, if who's ever down there. But normally he should know, Sam, if you're at 90, and know to hang with us instead of be rogue down there. So It's situational, but if you hear Sam going 80, 90, that means everybody, you should ingress as soon as we're making our move and going in there. So let's see. And then, Murloc, what do you usually like playing?
I like to play quite aggressive up top. I just sort of play with the combo as much as I can.
Okay, so up top, you're going to be about normally?
Yeah.
Around there? Okay. And do you like going over to the cave too at all?
I like jumping around the fence bit there, because you get a really deep angle.
Okay, what, this fence right here?
No, the other one. Around
Oh, up top here?
Right? Yep.
Okay, so you like being up here?
Yep.
Okay, so you walk that ledge and go up there. So if you need an arrow, just call Sam, arrow sniper. Say your class, so that way Sam makes it that much easier on Sam if you say your class. He doesn't have to think who's
Also,
who. And then
give me a call for medic in game if you can spare, if you're not trying to hide, because then it'll give me a ping for where you are, so I can tell exactly where you are.
all right, and then Earth, what's your plan?
Yeah, I'll probably stay in the cave.
Stay in a cave mostly. Okay,
Yeah.
and try to see if you can get their gun, and you can kind of edge over here too, and get splash damage right here, especially if you're using stock. So if you shoot right through here, boom, it does a lot of damage, and it's a good deterrent too. And if I edge them this side, then they're kind of pinched. I'll come up about right here and put rollers right there and see what we can do, or maybe stickies too. And if I get aggro, if you see me start just really coming in, that means I'm doing a lot of damage. I'm gonna start getting in their face. I may die coming in. That's okay, as long as I get 3 or 4 of them and get really aggro. Feel free to join in the fun. When if I start doing that. And Rose, what are your thoughts here for Spy? Autos,
Yes.
what are your thoughts for Spy? ¿Qué piensa?
I don't know.
Well, Murloc was our spy before, so Murloc, why don't you give a little brief what you think
About what?
Tengo que
about
ver.
Spy for him?
He jugado Spy antes.
It's nice and easy to decloak on the point if they have it, because there's so many rocks about. Like, there's so many good little spots that you can get aggressive decloaks. Just make sure that we've got someone from our team distracting for you before you do it.
So what you might do, Rose, is you might call, can somebody distract, please? And then we'll come out
Yes,
a little bit far.
Yes, I can.
You're coming in faint. Is he hard to hear for anyone else?
Yeah. Do I have a max? I do have a max. I have a max too.
Yeah, go ahead, Rose. Talk again.
Yes. Here.
Is it possible to speak louder, or you have to be quiet?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
All right. So did you hear what Murloc said about decloaking and call for a distraction? Hello.
Yes, no problem.
Okay. So just say distract if you need
Okay.
that. And then a lot of good places to hide in rocks. Focus the med and whoever the carry is. If we're having problems with the sniper,
I'll focus the sniper on what the pyro is.
not yeah. If the pyro's there, you can't. But you might be able to focus the sniper and demo. You have to see who the top fragger is and who's a problem for us, and then see if you can get to him. And if you can't get to him, just say, hey, I'm having trouble getting to that person because of the pyro. That's okay. Just keep us posted.
Right.
Okay, any questions so far? And Alon, how about you on that forward spot and anything else?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay. And, okay, so we should have bottom covered if Grandpa's having trouble. Sam, again, you and I are working together. We need to be gelling here. And when I say get ready, don't use until I call use. Once I call use, I'm just going to lob them where I don't even see the med. Also, it's very important that I get very detailed calls exactly where the med is. So you can say, Okay, the med is to the left. He's at the top of that ramp, or he's far past the ramp. So, or you could say he's by the pack over here, or you could say he's by the second fence or behind the second fence. So that's good intel from you, spy and sniper, to call him out, and maybe our scout and soldier might peek him too. And we'll call this the tires fence right here because it's attached to tires. We'll call this the right side. So you got at the cliff. We'll say this here is the fence on the cliff. He's right behind the fence on the cliff. He's on the cliff deep. Okay, he's at the right ramp top. He's at the bats behind the crate. He's in tires down below. He's at the bats behind the crate on the center. I'd call it the center bats because there's a crate over here too. But we need to know exactly where that med is so we can pick him off, because Koth maps it's a battle of killing the meds and also the meds staying alive. So we need to really defend our med so he doesn't go down as well. So just watch for that. Anti-aircraft, that's you heavy. So we get jumpers, scout too, and soldier, but most importantly the heavy. So if we're back here behind a rock and you see a soldier jumping, you need to get a good beat on him and keep him at bay and kill him. So that's like one of your most important jobs is any jumpers, fend them off. And scout, you just pick as they're up there. You know, shoddy can throw them off their track and be a deterrent as well. And then the usual other strats that we've talked about. Just be, Sam, you need to be responsible for who has advantages and disadvantages. If they have crits, if they have Uber, etc. Just let us know what you guys see. But we need a lot of intel, who's where on this map and who went down. But just say things that only need to be said to help people. Don't say, oh, look at the unusual in that dude, or you know, how's CSGO going, or something like that. It just wastes everybody's time and it clobbers comms. With 9 people, comms are really important to being a successful team. So
dude, I'm playing WoW class.
Yeah, just make sure that you talk about things that help other players, locations, and if their important classes went down, advantages. Also, feel free to call it numbers advantages. If I'm getting ready to use in with crits, even if we're down by 1 or 2, that's okay. In theory, I should make up for that with crits. And don't be bashful about saying edge point if people are off fighting and DMing and no one's on point and the clock's running down on our side. That's not good. So just be aware of capping and worry about DM and keep that clock working. Because then, in order to cap it, they have to get back on point, and so that gives us an advantage as defenders. We know where they're going to be. Here, I think too, Scout and Soldier, you guys can get on top of rocks. You guys are harder to hit, so that's a little minor advantage that you have there. I think that's all I have. Any questions? Clear as mud.
Should I run level 3s or mini?
I think most people I see do minis. I'd start with minis, see if that's working. If we start losing, then by all means go to level 3 and see if that doesn't help us. What do you think?
I usually go the other way around.
Level 3 you said? On Koth?
Yeah, I run level 3s.
Okay.
Because running level 3s before minis, in my head, works like this. Like, they start the game thinking, oh, they will have minis, so I don't give a shit, I'll just jump. And then they die. And then they start being careful and start destroying my shit. Then I change to minis, but they keep being careful because they might be a level 3. So they kind of lose some time there, I think.
Okay, well, that's fine. And you know what? You're probably the most experienced engineer in here, so I would say whatever floats your boat, go ahead and do it. This is a map, of course, nobody wants to die for NG, so no one die for the NG, just let him do his thing. All right, that's it. That concludes it. And thank you, Sam, for recording.
Yep, you're welcome.
And I'm going to get the other team in here. Let's all go.